Good morning, student. Today we're going to continue with the same chapter of yesterday, that is planning and sustainable development in the context of India. Previously we have read about what is planning, what are the two approaches of planning, that is sectoral planning and regional planning. We have read about the target area program, about the drought prone area program, the hilly areas programs which are undertaken in order to develop those regions by implementation of certain plans. We have read the case study of the Varmor districts of Himachal Pradesh under the hilly area program. Now we will read about the Indira Gandhi Canal Command Area. Indira Gandhi Canal, previously known as the Rajasthan Canal, is one of the largest canal system in India. Conceived by Kanwar Sen in 1948, the canal project was launched on 31st March 1958. The canal originates at Hariki Barrage in Punjab and runs parallel to Pakistan border at an average distance of 40 km in Thar Deserts, that is the Marusthali of Rajasthan. The total planned length of the system is 9,060 km, catering to the irrigation needs of a total cultivable common area of 19.63 lakhs hectares. Out of the total common area, about 70% was envisaged to be irrigated by flow system and the rest by the leaf system. So these irrigation canal have two systems, that is a flow system and the leaf system. The construction work of the canal system has been carried out through two stages. The common area of stage 1 lies in Ganganagar, Hanumangarh and northern part of Bikaner. So the stage 1 comprises those districts such as Ganganagar, Hanumannagar and Bikaner, northern part of Bikaner districts of Rajasthan. It has a gently undulating topography and its cultivable common area is 5.53 lakhs hectares. The common area of stage 2 is spread over Bikaner, Jaisalmer, Barmer, Jodhpur, Nagpur and Churu districts, covering cultivable common area of 14.10 lakh hectare. It comprises desert land dotted with shifting sand dunes and temperature soaring to 50 degrees centigrade in summer. So these areas which fall under the stage 2 generally giving the irrigation facilities to the arid region, and the stage 1 comprises of some of the semi-arid regions. So it comprises the desert land. So in the lift canal, the water is lifted up to make it to flow against the slope of the land. All the lift canals of Indira Gandhi canal system originate at the left bank of main canal, while all the canals on the right bank of main canal are flow channels. Irrigation in stage 1 common area of the canal was introduced in early 1960s, whereas the common area of stage 2 began receiving irrigation in mid 1980s. The irrigation of canal irrigation in this dry land has transformed its ecology, economy and society. So with the construction of this canal, the entire ecology, economy and society has been transformed in Rajasthan. It has influenced the environmental condition of the region both positively as well as negatively. So it has dual role played, both positive and negative role. The availability of soil moisture for a longer period of time and various afforestation and pasture development programs under CAD have resulted in greening the land. This has also helped in reducing wind erosion and siltation of canal system. But the intense irrigation and excessive use of water has led to the emergence of twin environmental problems, that is the negative side of water logging and soil salinity. Introduction of canal irrigation has brought about a perceptible transformation in the agricultural economy of the region. Soil moisture has been a limiting factor in successful growing of crops in this area, but spread of canal irrigation has led to increase in cultivated area and intensity of cropping also, that is a positive side. The traditional crops sown in the area, gram, bajra, jowar, have been replaced by wheat, cotton, groundnut and rice even. which needs enough water. So that is a positive side. Some of the crops that are not being possible before now can be cultivated. So this is the result of intensive irrigation. This intensive irrigation no doubt initially has led to tremendous increase in agricultural and livestock productivity. This has also caused waterlogging and soil salinity. So it has the positive side that it has increased the irrigation, it has increased the productivity of the soil, and many crops can be grown now. Even the rice, which is a water intensive crop, then can be grown now. But the negative side is that it has increased the soil salinity, waterlogging also. So in the long run, it hampers the sustainability of the agriculture. Now, measures for promotion of sustainable development. The ecological sustainability of Indira Gandhi Canal project has been questioned by various scholars. Their point of view has also largely been validated by the course of development of this region has taken place during the last 4 decades, which has resulted in degradation of physical environment because of the construction of this canal. So it is a hard fact that attaining sustainable development in the common area requires major thrust upon the measures to achieve ecological sustainability. Hence, 5 of the 7 measures proposed to promote sustainable development in the common area. So what are the measures we will discuss? The first is the requirement is restrict implementation of water management policy. The first is to provide the water management policies. To implement those policies, the canal project envisages a protective irrigation in stage 1 and extensive irrigation of crops and pasture development in stage 2. Second is, in general, the cropping pattern shall not include water intensive crops like rice. It shall be adhered to, and people shall be encouraged to grow plantation crops such as citrus fruit rather than water intensive crops. The CAD programs such as lining of water courses, land development, leveling and Varabandi system shall be effectively implemented to reduce the inconvenience loss of water. The areas affected by waterlogging and soil salinity shall be reclaimed. The eco-development through afforestation, shelter board plantation, pasture development is necessary, particularly in the fragile environment in case of a stage 2, because it is a desert with sandy landscape. The social sustainability in the region can be achieved only if the land allottees having poor economic background are provided adequate financial and institutional support for cultivation of land. Then the economic sustainability in the region cannot be attained only through development of agriculture and animal husbandry. The agricultural and allied activities have to develop along with other sectors of economy. This shall lead to diversification of economic base and obviously establishment of functional linkage between the basic villages, agro-services centers and market centers. So we have completed the chapter of planning and sustainable development, and I will provide some question answer from this chapter in the next class.